Hello everyone. Microsoft Project is a project management software product developed and sold by Microsoft. It is designed to assist a project manager in developing a schedule, assigning resources to tasks, tracking progress, managing the budget, and analyzing workload. It is part of Microsoft Office family but has never been included in any of the Office suites. It is available currently in two editions, Standard and Professional. The Microsoft Office Enterprise Project Management product is built around Microsoft Project and Microsoft Project Server. Since 2012, I've been using Microsoft Project and teaching to my project management students. Despite this, I continue to learn new and extremely helpful things about project after all these years. Microsoft Project is one of the most widely used project management and scheduling solutions. Knowing what project can accomplish and how to make the most of its capabilities will help you achieve better project outcomes. You can also improve your professional prospects. Understanding why a feature is useful is just as important as learning how to utilize it while learning any software application. Now let's start. When you open Microsoft Project, we need to click on the backstage view, that is called File tab. The backstage view is the place to go to open project files, but it can do a lot more than that. In previous editions, there was a file menu which offered new, open, save as, print, and some other options. But in Microsoft Project 2019, when you first open project, you go to this special screen. On the left, there is a list of files that you have opened. If you want to open one of those files, like here project plan and my training class, you just click the name to open it. On the right side, there are icons for creating a new projects. There are all sort of existing templates you can use to create a project. Or if you just want to click blank project, that will create a new blank project with nothing in it. So let's click it. When you are in project and you have a file option and you go to file tab, you will see the navigation bar with the different of things you can do in the backstage. Now here we are on the open page. So let's look at the ways that you can open projects. On this page, over on the right, there are two headings, project and folders. We are looking at the project list. Now, this is showing the recent project files that you have opened. You can click a name to open that file. On the other hand, if you don't see the file, you want to look at your recent folders, click on the folder. You can click the folder headings that will show your folders, and then you can click on icon to open that folder and choose the file you want to open. So let's return to the list of projects. Let's assume I've got a ribbon project on the way and I know I'll be working for it for a month. I don't want it to disappear from my list, and recently there is horizontal push pin that can be seen when I point to the project name on the right side. When I click that push pin, it becomes vertical and the project is added to the pinned category here. That implies that no matter how many projects files I have open or I will open, this ribbon project file will always appear at the top of the page in the pin category. Another thing I should mention before opening a file is that if you don't see the file you want, you can always click the Browse button. This will open the Open dialog box where you may go to desired folder, select the file and then click on the Open button. Let's click on the cancel for this time. In this case, I'm going to cancel and go to Easy Route, and I'm going to open the ribbon project by clicking on it. So let's return to the File tab, and this time I'll click on Options button on the left side. That brings up Project Options dialog box where I'll show you a couple of choices. Here we have General category, Display, Scheduling, Proofing, Save, Language, Advanced, Customized Ribbon, Quick Access Toolbar, Add-in and Trust Center. In General tab, you have default view, Gantt with timeline and date format you can select for. The username and initial of it. In display section, you have currency options for this project, that is the symbol. For instance, you can use placement for it. You have decimal digits and the currency format. Like I can select PKR for my country. So now everything is in rupees. Next we have schedule. The schedule page of the project option dialog appears when you click the schedule tab. The active project schedule is controlled by a number of options on this page, but I feel the most and essential ones are all available in the scheduling settings for this project area of the dialog. The first and most important significant option is new task created. When you add a new task to your project schedule, this choice controls whether Microsoft project creates a manual schedule task or an auto schedule activity. Because of their respective and inflexible behavior, I do not believe you should use manually scheduled tasks in your projects. With a very few exceptions, instead, I believe you should always use auto scheduled tasks. To ensure that Microsoft project scheduling engine functions properly, as a result, I recommend that you set the new task produced option to auto schedule. Then we have auto schedule task schedule on project start date. Duration is entered in days, work is entered in hours, and default task type is fixed unit. The default task type choice is the second significant options you must remember. This setting controls whether new tasks added to your project schedule are fixed units, fixed work, and fixed duration. This option's recommended setting is entirely dependent on your scheduling demands, and it is determined by which of three numbers you wish to fix or lock in the scheduling option. So I am going to leave it as fixed unit. The new tasks are effort driven. This choice is the third option you must remember. This option pertains to Microsoft project's effort driven behavior. Assume that painting a large home would take one painter 10 days of full time effort. The painting period would be shortened to only 5 days if a second full-time painter was added to assist with the painting. This is referred to as effort-driven scheduling. Consider the vast majority of tasks in your project, Microsoft project schedules. Do you anticipate the software to minimize the duration when you add a helper to a job in your own projects? If you answered yes, I recommend checking the box next to the new task are effort driven. If you answered no, I recommend that you deselect this option. Next is proofing. We have save files in this format, project static.mpp, and default file location. You can browse your default file location as well. Then auto save every option we have in 10 minutes. It means after every 10 minutes the project will save your file if you select it. When automatically saving, save active project only, save all open projects. So here I am just selecting this one, save active projects only, and it must prompt before saving. Then we have language option, advanced option. In advanced option we have display options for this project. The minutes, hours, days, week, months and years option are the first set for essential option in this area of the dialog that regulate the abbreviations used for time units. These settings are significant because they affect how Microsoft project displays duration and work numbers in an active project. I personally recommend that you adjust these options to show the shortest abbreviation possible. For instance, for minutes I have MIN, for hours I have HR, for days we have DAY, for weeks we have WK, for months we have MON, and for years we have YR. There are literally dozens of additional options available in project options dialog in Microsoft project. These are the options I think are important. At the very least, they are important to me. What do you think? Which option do you think are most important in Microsoft project?